This is actually crazy because I built this studio room like a year ago and I'm only just starting to film in it. So I'm gonna do my makeup. We're gonna have a little chit chat. Welcome to my first series of life in quarantine, where nothing's normal around here. Like, I'm in half a tracksuit, half pajama bottoms, but I'm gonna prime my face with the Boutique. I got this from Sainsbury's. I really like this, you know. I feel like this has actually got rid of my spots in some cases. Right, so it's like a little propeller. Just gonna do a dot there, oh, went around. A dot there. No. How has quarantine made you feel? Now, I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes when I wake up, I just have mad anxiety. I feel like it's the unknown, like no one knows what's actually going to happen. I feel like everyone is like missing friends and family. Like, it's just the fact that nothing's the same anymore. You can't go outside and meet your friends. I mean, I still do. I go Costco with my friends just so I can just chill with them. Because it's like, when you wake up, there's actually nothing to do. I'm literally just sitting in bed, just doing nothing. I feel like everyone is like missing their... This is a mess. I just dropped... just dropped some foundation on me. Anyway, I feel like everyone's just missing their friends and just social life. Can you see this? I'm actually a mess. If you look at my trouser bottoms right now, it's just full of foundation. Ugh. Welcome to the first series. And I'm just gonna pat in this foundation. I feel like in order to get through the days, you need to have daily tasks and you need to be productive. Otherwise, it's just gonna feel like the days dragging. You're just gonna feel, in a sense, depressed. You're just gonna feel like time's just going by so slowly. I feel like what I do in my daily task is I try sometimes to exercise in the morning. I feel like with a good exercise, you're able to have a more fulfilled day. Whereas if you stay in bed for like the majority of the morning, you're just not going to be productive and then you just feel like rubbish, basically. Another daily task that I do is just try and do like house cleaning. I feel like that kind of puts you in a good mood because it's like, okay, I've got something done. You feel more motivated to do other things because everything's clean now. I don't know, I feel like that's just me. Okay, so that is my base done. Should have really tied this hair back. I feel like the most important topic would be talking about university life. Now, I feel like that was a massive shock for everyone because no one really expected university to just finish like that. We're in the lab and we were doing our dissertation testing. Thank God I was able to finish my dissertation testing. A lot of my classmates were unable to finish their testing, so it just made it harder to write up their dissertation. The one thing I appreciate about the universities is that we were able to, I don't want to say submit our work late, but we were able to like get extensions because obviously everyone was like struggling because it's like, okay, we didn't really have one-to-ones with our lecturers because everything was like home-based. So it was hard to like communicate with your lecturers online through emails, and sometimes like you need that face-to-face, have a better understanding of like how to structure your work. And especially like if you're in third year of university, like we have this thing called LET, like it's called a learning support center, where you can actually go in with your dissertation. They can read over it and give you like pointers and like tips on your work. And I wanted to do that for my dissertation, but I was unable to. So it was like, okay, where do I go from here? When this whole thing happened, we had 3 submissions. So we had our dissertation, and we had our dissertation presentation, and we had our case study presentation. Now, submitting these works, I can't lie, I found it hard. Like, you do, when you're at home trying to do work, you have so many distractions. You don't feel motivated to do the work because you're just like, you're just struggling because your bed's just next door. You just want to just lay in the bed the whole day. So yeah, I feel like everyone was stuck in the same boat. Everyone was struggling. I remember I would be constantly calling my friends and I'll just be like, did you do your work today? And trying to see where they're at, so I wasn't like behind, but at this point everyone was behind. Everyone's main goal in university was to just spend so much time in the library so we can get the work done. And because I was cut short, I feel like that was another reason why everyone was struggling, because our routine just went straight out the window. And like, without a routine, it does become difficult. When I was trying to find journal articles, normally what I do is I sit in the library, I print the articles out and I just highlight stuff, because we don't really have that much access when we're at home. It made everything harder. I also felt like what made it harder to do work was the transitions. So like, everyone was on Instagram Live. So like, I'll just be like trying to do my work, my phone would buzz and it'd be like, oh, this person is now starting a live, this person is now starting a live. Like, everyone at some point was just on Instagram Live. I feel like it started on it started on House Party, so everyone was just like downloading House Party. I remember, I think I downloaded that app when I was in college, to be honest. And then like, once this whole quarantine started, all my friends were like, oh my gosh, let's go back on House Party. And I was just like, do I even remember my password or like my username? But somehow I got it right the first time. House Party is actually an app where you can talk to your friends. It's basically a chat room, so you have 8 people in a chat. You can lock the chat if you want to, or you can keep it open for other people to join. So what I did was, I was constantly on a House Party. I was just talking to different people. I felt like that was like so fun, because everyone was just stuck in the same position. Everyone was going through the same thing. It just made it easier to talk to people. I mean, I made a lot of new friends. Some that I still talk to. I have some on Snap. We actually said that after the whole quarantine, we're actually gonna meet up and just have dinner and just talk and all that. I feel like that would be really nice, instead of being stuck in a chat room just talking. But yeah, yeah, a lot of the people I still talk to now, don't see them, but yeah, we talk. They're like my bros. Instagram Lives. I don't think I was ever on Instagram Live. I would watch people's lives. I feel like one of the reasons why I was watching people's Instagram Live, it was just something entertaining to do. Like, there was nothing really that I can do, to be honest, because there's nothing to do at home. My friend Essay, she was doing Instagram Lives. I can't remember how many days a week she was doing it, but she was doing like a home workout. That was really good. I remember that she would save it and then like I would go and do the workout. Speaking on Essay, I would like to congratulate her on her company Evolve. She's actually sold out of her resistance bands. It's not an easy thing to do, and that website was up for about 2 days and it's been sold out already. So girl, go get your shmoney. I love that. I mean, guys, support your friends. Oh, have you noticed that everyone now is a chef or a baker? I just think it's funny, but it is actually a good thing, because people are actually being creative and are trying to find ways to earn money. I mean, I can't lie, I'm a victim myself. I've been starting to bake more. I mean, I think it's where I didn't have the time to bake, but now that I have so much time on my hands, it's like, I'm gonna learn to bake. My sister has been trying to cook. Well, she can cook, but it's just like, she's been trying to cook like new stuff that we haven't cooked before. So she did like a seafood boil. Oh my gosh, did that bang. I ate the whole thing. If I can insert a clip of me munching on the thing.
This boy's still the same.
Today is the day Riyanna finished her food and everyone still has food.
Everyone struggled bar Riyanna. She finished
Big up yourself, Riri. I never used to finish my food that night. I finished it all, mate. My friends have also started to create a business. So we've got my friend that's created the Shelly Belly. If you haven't seen that, then you should go and click on her Instagram. My other friend has a company called Shah's Kitchen. Again, if you haven't seen that, that will be linked below. So go and check them out and just support the grind. I mean, everyone's trying to grind at this point. Everyone's trying to earn a bit of money. Life as a key worker. I feel like that's a good topic to talk about because no one actually understands what a key worker goes through. Let's get our water. Let's talk about this. If you don't know, I work in Sainsbury's. I am a key worker. So at first I felt like no one knew what was going on. It was just like every day it was just a rush of customers coming into the store. It actually made our work harder. So it got to a point where departments in the store would get closed down and everyone had to be on the shop floor. Now, this is what people don't understand, is that, first of all, we're just trying to do our jobs. We're trying to get products out for you lot. I know some of you lot were panicking. You're making us panic too. We have a warehouse. We will go into the warehouse trying to get products out to like put on the shop floor, because obviously at this point there was nothing on the shop. There was nothing on the shop floor. There was nothing on the shelves. Everything was completely empty. Now, we're trying to get products out. Now, customers don't understand how heavy these things are to take the products off and then load them on the shelves. Some people were jumping on the crates trying to grab stuff off. And it's like, hello, like, what are you doing? It was just crazy at that point. We also had customers running into the warehouse and like trying to unravel stuff. And it's just like, what are you doing at this point? Because these stuff kept happening, we did have to up our security. We did have to like put limits on how much people were allowed into the store. At first it was like 100 people. Then they realized that there wasn't much people in the store. I think they bumped it up to like 500 people in the store, which was all right. I mean, the store was quiet. We were able to do our jobs. It was fine. Before we were unable to do our jobs because there was so much people crowded into the one store that we just couldn't move around. It was like a massive traffic jam. Yeah, so they put that system in place. Now I feel like because they've put the whole 2 meters in place and the government is talking about, I don't know, some shenanigans, everyone's a bit confused. So now they've stopped limiting people into the store and just letting people walk in. So now there's not queues outside. It's making our job hard. Let me just talk about online shopping, because this has me triggered. In supermarkets, we have this thing called online shopping. It's where we have trolleys. We have to fill it up with customers' orders so that it can get delivered to customers. Now, and the fact that we have to like push them around corners to try and get down to aisles, it's hard. I'm a little weakling. It's hard for me to push stuff around the corner. So we do have this 2 meters thing going on in the store. It doesn't really help, but you know, it's just the rules now. Now, when you're trying to like push the trolleys around the corner, some customers just stand there or they just won't move out of the way, and they can see that we are struggling to push these things, and it's just, it's not really beneficial. I mean, it's really hard. Going back to what I was saying about security is not really limiting the amount of people coming into the store. Again, it does make our job extremely hard. There's times where we're going down the fresh fruit and veg aisle, and there is so much people there that we just can't get to items because bear in mind, we're being timed. We have to meet a time limit, a specific time. So because there's so much people in this one aisle, we have to like stop and wait for the customers to go and get their products for us to go and get it. So it just makes it hard. You have the managers on your back saying, oh, your time's a bit slow, you have to go a bit faster, because there's so much. I think there's like 150 items you have to get per hour. And obviously we're not meeting that. I don't want to be mean, but I feel like it has to be said. There's just so much disrespectful people that's like coming into the store. I feel like people are a bit, well, very rude. They're a bit, how do I put this nicely? They're not very considerate about what we're trying to do. Like, there's people that's been saying nasty stuff to staff members. There's people that's been like being a bit iffy with staff members. You're being rude, you're having attitude. There's also been times where you can just tell in someone's body language that, okay, they don't want to be near you, but it's just like, we're putting our lives on the risk here to try and benefit you, to help you get food, for you to, I don't know, just live with the basic needs, and you just have so much attitude. So that's one of the negatives of being a key worker. But let me just talk about one of my experiences of being a key worker. So me and my sister went on our lunch break. We actually left the store because at this point we were sick of having meal deals. Now, we were on our way back to the store when there was like a lady in front of us. Now, she was coming towards us, we were trying to go the other way. Fair enough, she crossed the road because she didn't want to be like next to us. Well, she didn't cross the road. Let me rewind that. Fair enough, she walked into the road because she didn't want to be near us. But these times, like, we have to cross the road to get into the store. Like, it's a must. Like, how else are we gonna get to the store? We have to cross this road. So we didn't think much of it. So we're trying to like walk past her and cross the road, and she stops and she goes, seriously, I'm trying to social distance. Okay, fair enough, you want to social distance. I'm just trying to get to my workplace. My break's over, I'm just trying to get back into work. And then she was just bare having a fit, and I'm thinking, like, seriously, like, we don't have to be here for you. Like, I just don't understand. Like, if there was an option where we didn't have to work and we didn't have to feed the nation, as what Sainsbury's say, then I'm pretty sure you would appreciate us more. Let's talk about how life would be after quarantine. Now, I'm not too entirely sure how life would be after quarantine. I'm just looking and observing about how people are carrying out now. So everyone's a bit like, oh, I don't want you next to me. Oh, I don't want you hugging me. Let's do an elbow thing. I feel like everyone's so concerned about their health and just, I don't know. I feel like everyone is going to be more aware of personal hygiene, of like making sure that you wash your hands. I mean, bacteria is a thing, germs is a thing. What I'm struggling to understand is now everyone's trying to sanitize everything. Like, in our store, checkouts are constantly being sanitized, buses are constantly being sanitized, but it's just like, why was you not doing these health checks before? Think about it, because food shops, you have like what is it, like a, not a quality check, you have like a 5-star rating of how clean the store is. So it's like, why was train stations not washing down their stuff in the first place? I don't know, it's just a food of thought. Was quarantine meant to happen? Now, I believe in law of attraction, so I personally, this is just my views, but I personally feel like quarantine and this whole, not the whole coronavirus as such, but I just feel like the whole social distancing and the whole quarantine life was actually supposed to happen. I was always saying, oh yeah, 2020 is going to be my year, 2020 is the year of vision. And I was just like, it really is the year of vision. It's the year of now people are finally realizing that things happen and germs is a thing, and viruses are a thing. Like, I feel like it's really opened people's eyes. So yeah, it is the year of vision. In terms of why I felt like this whole quarantine needed to happen was because the world did need to slow down. Everything was moving too fast. Like, every year there's a new iPhone. There's just something new happening all the time, and it's hard to keep up. Like, I remember I bought my iPhone X, and then it's like, oh, then another iPhone comes out. It's like, oh, I need to buy that. It's just like, you just need to jump on every trend. So I feel like, yeah, this whole situation needed to happen in order for the world to slow down, for us to learn to appreciate what we have, the people that we have. I feel like everyone will just learn to appreciate things. Another reason why I feel like it needed to happen was because, I don't know if you lot are familiar with Gary Vee, that's on Instagram. Now, he recently posted a video speaking about like the whole world pandemic and all that, and he was basically saying how, maybe this happened because it's preventing you from being stuck in a career for like 10 years that you wasn't happy in. And I was deep in it. I was just like, he might be onto something.
This is the best thing that happened to you. Do you understand? This is the best thing that happened to you. So many of you are dwelling, complaining, and so caught off graduating class 2020 on this idea that you got fucked up. You got fucked up because you had your job lined up and now it's not there. Meanwhile, you were making the cliche mistake that everybody makes at 22, 21, 23 of getting the safe job because now you're a grown up. And when you're supposed to be high risk, high reward in your 20s, tasting new shit, traveling, trying new shit, as long as you're standing on your own 2 feet, mommy and daddy not paying for it, living with roommates, trying to be a painter, a musician, a content producer. No, you're going to be a fucking law entry level or a doctor entry level or at an ad firm. You know, like, you got lucky because COVID came. Now figure it out and realize that this corona thing helped you. It helped you not go into the trap that hundreds of millions, billions of people get into, which is not discovering the opportunity of who they want to be in their 20s. Actually trying different things, getting side jobs, all those passions. So many of you, I'm getting all the DMs, so many of you don't want the job that you're going into when you're 22 graduating school. So many of you don't want the job anyway. This was the best thing that happened to you. You lost a job that was going to lead to 17 years of unhappiness. Take advantage of this blessing you were given.
Like, I've always said that, like, this might have been a way to avoid the trap. A tip for anyone who's not been recently feeling motivated to do anything, I would just say to you lot, like, now is the perfect time to start what you want to start and to just build something, because it's just like, you have all this time right now. This is it for my final look on quarantine life. I hope you enjoyed this first part of the series. I don't know if I'm gonna do another one. It depends on how I feel. So far I kind of liked this look that I came out with today with the James Charles palette. I hope you enjoyed this little chit chat. Hopefully I gave you a bit of motivation to just start whatever you want to do in life and just take that first step. So we'll see how quarantine plans out, but I'll see you in the next makeup video, I believe. And if you haven't already, go to my fitness page, go and follow that. I will be uploading videos. Again, I'm not too sure when I'm going to be doing it. It might be 2 videos a week. It might be 1 video a week. Not too sure yet. I'm going to start planning that now. I've got paper. I'm going to write it down. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.